Good evening, everybody, and welcome to League of Speed Tier 3 Friday night's race. And we are at sunny Silverstone by the looks of it. I'm not sure what the weather's meant to be like, but it's looking pretty good so far on this one. While we wait for qualifying to get underway, I am joined by the one and only Jason. So if you'd like to introduce yourself, Jason.
Hello everybody, how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's okay. As you were just saying that, mate, I was just literally loading up to see if I can check the weather to see what it's going to be like this race.
Well, I know, I think it was Wednesday night's race, wasn't it? Was a bit, ended up raining in qualifying and at the end of the race, but last night's race was sunny all the way through, so it's a good start.
Qualifying is sunny and cloudy, and the race is sun with no clouds.
Oh, so it might be another sunny race.
Another, maybe.
No worries. We jump on board with the Haas of Grunfeld, who seems to be first out. See what he can make. He seemed to have pretty good pace the other night when I was commentating on him. So who do we have in the championship? At the moment, we got Frog Lebel, who's in the lead. He's got quite a big gap over Tommy Gunner, and coming in third place is Dom Walsh in the Alfa Romeo. So they'll be the ones we're looking out for today as well.
Very nice. I'm just literally on board with Edward at the minute as he's on his out lap. He's just coming down the back straight now, Wellington straight. So I'm going to stay on board with him for his fast lap when he starts it, see where he can bring his Red Bull on the grid.
No worries. As you keep an eye on him, we're going on board with Grunfeld again. As he starts his flying lap now, let's see what he's got. Absolutely flat through turn one. Very fast corner. And into the slightly slower first sector. Very easy to get too much wheel spin through here. But he's neat and tidy. A little lock up there, but I don't think he's lost him any time at all. Now let's see if he keeps it flat through the old turn one.
Oh, Edward's come in. He's done a lap, but he's decided to come straight back in. So I wonder what's happening there. But on board with Aki at the minute. He's just coming round. Going to be coming round Cops in a minute, and then round onto Maggots and Beckett's, but I'm not going to say it while he comes round Cops because I had a bit of a disastrous yesterday.
You certainly did. All that bragging is absolutely flat.
That mediums just didn't like it.
So Grunfeld sets us up with a 126.024 to get us going for the evening. Not a bad lap at all. Let's see what everyone else can manage. And what was pole yesterday was, I think it was a 125 flat, wasn't it? If I remember rightly.
Yes, it was, yeah. I could go second with a 126.2.
Nice.
So he'll probably be, after yesterday's start, he'll probably be happy with that lap time.
Absolutely. So who else we got on a flying lap right now? And we're going on board with Callum Jones now. I think, is he going for a second lap?
David Benson's just gone over the track limits. So
that's so easy to do at Silverstone. Pushing the limits, you just end up running wide, getting all four wheels off and ruining your whole lap. Treading a fine line around here. As Aki gets out of the way.
Still got some fast people. Not set a lap yet. Frog Label is out on the mediums. It's just going around Maggots now.
Let's see what Callum Jones can do as he breaks into the last chicane. Almost runs wide, but he gets away with it. And he's on a 126.9, which keeps him fifth. He doesn't improve any.
Frog goes second on his mediums with a 126 dead.
That's a very quick lap indeed.
Especially on their mediums. Jim Bob's just come out of the pits as well. Looks like he's off straight onto them softs.
Yeah, that's a very impressive lap from Frog Label on the medium. Jumping on board with Eddie Dust in the other Haas.
Thing is, I watch Frog and he's just so...
He's gone very wide there.
He's just very smooth, and that's where the time is, isn't it? He doesn't even seem to be pushing it, he just seems to be chilled and not really like pushing the track, do you know what I mean? And the lap times just come for him.
He just makes it look effortless.
Mm.
I think, especially when you come to more high-speed corners, a very smooth driving style pays dividends, and as we watch, Eddie Dust goes into fourth on a 126.3. So it's very close there at the top. We've got, second at a 126.0, and then we're going down to, even fifth at 126.4. So it's very tightly packed.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good race if everyone can. I'm just going to stay on board with Jim Bob as he's starting his first lap of qualifying.
Yeah, I just jumped on board with Jim Bob as well here, so let's see what he can manage. It's difficult to get a nice run out of that last chicane. You really got to put the power down early.
Otherwise so easy to lose.
Yeah.
So easy to lose time around here, though, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of corners with long straights following them, so if you get it wrong through those corners, you just end up losing lap time all the way down the straight. He's gone purple in sector 1 here. This is looking like a good lap.
Like I say, if he's quick through this part, it's all... Oh, I lifted off. Should have been flat through there.
Yeah. You'd know all about that, wouldn't you?
You have to be, though. I know you.
Yeah.
Sue's got the bigger balls, isn't it? But to be fast around this circuit, you've got to be flat around that one corner.
Absolutely.
But he has got a purple sector too, so we'll see where his lap time brings him out in too.
He's looking good so far. Heavy braking into the last chicane. Get it hooked up. Try and get on the power nice and early. And as we go across the line, what have we got? He goes fast. He's on a 125.7. He's a good over 2/10 faster. That's a good lap.
Definitely so, definitely so. Like you say, there's just nothing splitting them, is there?
No, it looks like a very tightly contested field. Just jumping on board with Grunfeld again. He's going on to a fast lap. Let's see if he can improve.
Edward just goes over the line with a 128.8.
So we've had quite a few that haven't set a lap so far, haven't we? 12 people set a lap. And as I say that, Grunfeld gets the purple first sector. Let's see if he can topple Jim Bob's lap time.
Like you say, round this next bend, round Cops, you need to be flat. That's where the time is.
Let's jump on board with him and see if he keeps it flat.
Yeah, he does.
Absolutely. Nearly
That's the
runs
curve
him
there that
4
I
wheels
hit.
over. But he gets away with it.
That is a great line through. Ooh, managed
Just
to keep
run a
it.
bit wide. Let's see how much lap time it loses him down this long straight. This could be tight. Purple sector 1. Lost a bit of time in sector 2. Let's see if what he can pull out the hat in sector 3, and he goes fastest at 125.5. That's a very good lap indeed.
They could have got a little bit quicker as well. He's still got time to give.
He certainly does, you're right there. Very impressive.
Aki's back out. Getting out of the way of Grunfeld, but Grunfeld's done his lap.
I'm just jumping on board with Presser Mixer in the McLaren. Currently in 7th on the 126.6. I do find around this second, I don't know about you, Jason, but I've been spending a lot of my week watching videos of esports guys driving around Silverstone and learning how to do it. And I think the general consensus is everyone says it's such an easy lap to hook up, but I find very much the opposite. I find it's very difficult to get it absolutely right. It's easy to get a good lap, but it's very difficult to get that perfect lap. It's so easy.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Like you say, it seems an easy track. It is an easy track to drive, but like you say, it's just getting them perfect sector times in there, so you can just lose half a second in one corner.
Oh, absolutely. Hopping into the pits, so he's not happy with that lap. We've got David Benson
I'm just
going over the line.
riding on board with Aki at the minute. He's P4.
Yeah, 3. Let's join Aki then. Let's see what he can do.
Just coming down the Wellington straight at the moment.
That's a very difficult hairpin as well. The car just wants to understeer and go away from you. You just got to keep holding on. It feels like it goes on forever. And then when you finally do put the power down, you find you haven't got very much rear end grip. It's a tricky one. But here we go into the favourite Maggots and Beckett. Keep it absolutely flat, Aki. Let's see what you can manage.
Like I say, through there it's so easy to lose time, and
you've got to be very smooth going through that section.
Yeah.
Like you say, you get it slightly wrong on the exit. It's a long straight after. You're just going to be losing lap time hand over fist.
He is 100. Well, he's more than that. He's 10th up on his time at the minute, so.
And across the line.
Yeah.
And he stays in 4th.
Frog Label and Jim Bob are both out as well.
So we got on a flying lap. We got Bumper Car Ben. We got David Benson. Or is he backed off? He looks like he's backed off, I think. Jump on board with Bumper Car Ben. Oh, no, he goes in the pits. We got Neil doing his out lap, so he's getting ready to do a flying lap. Let's see what Neil can manage in that Alfa Romeo.
Down in P14 at the moment.
And he's only got 3 tenths to Edward in front of him. Let's see if he can climb up a spot or two. He's run over the curb a bit too much on turn 1. He's already blown the lap, unfortunately. It's so easy to do that. You just get a little bit too greedy.
Oh, Frog Label's just done exactly what I did yesterday.
Oh,
Managed to keep it though, managed to save the wheels, but he's got no wing, he was in the wall. Had a purple sector 1 as well, so he was going for a decent lap then, but like I say, he was just flat through cops and it just got him sideways.
yeah, he's lost quite a bit of his front wing there. Easy to do, easy to do.
Jim Bob's on a red track as well, so he's gone over the line somewhere.
I think next one starting a flying lap will be Callum Jones in the Racing Point. Currently in P8 at the moment. Yeah, I think when it comes to the old turn 1, there's almost like a bump on the entry, and if you just get it wrong, you just turn in that little bit too aggressively. It's so easy to unsettle the rear, especially when you're in the race in dirty air. It's so easy to spin it and bin it in the barrier, and if you go in the barrier, chances are you're out the race. That's your session over.
Just on board with Callum as well at the moment, but I don't think he's going to be that quick. He's not using much of the curbs where I would want to see someone using the curbs. He's gone over that one massively. And
just as you say, he's not using the curbs enough.
No, he's using too much of the curb.
Exactly.
But you just got to get, like you say, even in turn 1, you got to get on that outside curb to give you enough boost around the corner, aren't you? If you turn too tight, then you just lose so much.
We've got Grunfeld on an outlap as well, and his teammate Eddie Dust just behind him, both looking like they're going to start their last flying laps. As we got the clock ticks down, we've got 30 seconds left in this session. Pressure's on now. It's all or nothing. Last chance.
Just on board with Pressing Mixer, he's just got a purple sector 2. Lost a bit of time around there. He knocked down a few too many gears and just unsettled the back end very slightly, and he's outbraked himself. He's pushing a bit too hard. And I don't think the time's going to be here for him now. He's on 1:26 now. Yeah, it's
hasn't improved.
Just lost a few seconds. He was pushing too hard and it.
It's very easy to do in this game. You're just trying to gain that extra tenth or two, and you end up losing more time than you're looking to gain.
So Jim Bob goes fastest with a 1:25.3.
That's great. That's 2 tenths.
Grunfeld is still out.
We're just on board with Grunfeld now. If he comes through Maggots and Beckett's, the high speed sequence, that's a bit neater and tidier. He looks
like purple though.
Yeah, he's gone purple. He's a tenth up. Dom Walsh jumps into second place on a 1:25.4. Through the last chicane, it's very difficult this last chicane. It's like threading a needle, just trying to get that right line to get a nice drive off. And he goes second on the 1:25.4. And
very close between the top three, isn't it?
Into 4.
That pushes Aki down into P6. I think that's pretty much that's it. Everyone's done. Callum and Preston Mixer are both coming in. So that is it. That is how it is going to look.
So let's have a quick rundown of the order. We got Jim Bob in the Renault on a 1:25.340. Claims pole position. Very good lap indeed, but it is very close behind him. Grunfeld in the Haas on a 1:25.4, and then Dom Walsh on a 1:25.4 as well. Very, very close on the top 3 there. It was some competitive times in there. This is going to be an interesting race, I think.
Yeah, hopefully everyone has a nice clean clean first couple of corners.
Well, it hasn't been a clean first couple of corners in the last couple of races so far this week, so fingers crossed it's going to be this time. It's been, I think, chaos you could describe it as.
Most definitely, but there we go. Frog Label will be starting on the mediums.
He only set one lap, didn't he, on the, I believe? Or did he set?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was only one. So.
Like you say, there's not really much lap times between the mediums and the softs on this circuit, is there?
No, absolutely not. It's a very high speed circuit. He's in a good position, but if you get a safety car early on, it could help those soft runners. Nice, beautiful sunshine again as we wait for the British Grand Prix to begin. It's set up to be a very exciting race so far, by the looks of qualifying.
We've got Britain on pole.
Absolutely, that's what we like to see. Not that we're biased or anything, of course. I think we're meant to be impartial as commentators. We're not meant to support anyone.
Freedom of speech.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're all entitled to an opinion. So, let's hope for a nice clean first lap as the lights come on. We've got 4 lights, we've got 5 lights. And lights out, away we go. Looks like everyone's got off the line okay. And into the first corner. We've got the runner going wide of Jim Bob. And he's lost the lead. We've got a broken shot, got a 5-second penalty for a collision.
Jim Bob's got 3 seconds already. Jim Bob's right down in 13th. What's happened to Jim Bob? Jim Bob's been taken out as well by Eddie. That is Jim Bob right out of it now.
Oh dear, he's had an awful first lap. Where's Jim Bob? He's right down the back in 20th now. As he goes up, looks to go up the inside. Oh, he goes up the inside of 2 people already, so he's on his way back. But we've got Grunfeld leading the race, with Don Walsh in 2nd in the Alfa Romeo, and Eddie Dustin 3rd in the Haas.
Did start off with Notsballer, and he did have a bit of contact with Neil. He kind of cut him off in the first. He went slow and then braked, and I don't know what was happening, but it kind of looked in my screen like he took him out. So that'd be interesting to see, should we say?
We've got Frog Label in the Alpha Tauri that's gone up the inside of Eddie Dust as he's up into the podium places on those mediums. Nice move there. Got in the slipstream and just had the better exit down the back straight. Okay. This is a reasonably clean and tidy first lap.
Oh! Jim Bob has collided with Notsballer.
Oh, the Notsballer's in the gravel.
Yeah, he really looked like... I don't know, but it looked like Notsballer did. I can't say what I think's happening, but Notsballer has brake checked a couple of people in my eyes, and that looked like it was one of them situations. And Jim Bob just went up the rear end of him flat out.
We weren't on... Well, we got safety car as well, as you say that.
So I'll have to see, but I presume I'll be getting some pictures through. But if I was a front runner, I'd probably be pitting for the mediums. We can make the mediums last. We know we can.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I made them last. Probably, well, not far off this early. I think it was lap 4, wasn't it? So I think the mediums can last to the end from here. But I'm sure, like you say, I'm sure there'll be a few videos being sent in, perhaps on what went on there.
Grunfeld has stayed out.
Have we got anyone diving into the pits? We do. We have. Looks like we got Neil in the pits and David Benson so far. Let's keep on board with them and
Jim Bob's gonna have to pit as well.
Yeah, I believe Jim Bob and Knotsballer will. They both look like they had their front wing missing. So as we change to the position changes, big winners and losers on that lap. We got Tommy Gunner, who's gone up 5 places. That's a pretty decent start there. And also Frog Label in third. He's managed to gain 2 spots off the line. But really, we're looking at Jim Bob, who's down 17 places as the big loser on that first lap. I'm not entirely sure what went wide. He seemed to go wide on turn 1. I'm not sure whether he lost the back end or anything. He just ended up going backwards and then getting himself caught up in collisions and drama.
I say he has pitted for the hard, so he's definitely going to make it now. I think everyone that come in and pitted actually pitted for them hards, apart from Broken Shark. He's come out on the softs.
Yeah, so we got Neil, we got David Benson, Jim Bob, and Knotsballer all on the hards. You say?
Like I say, Aki's still where he started. He's still staying where he was. Callum Jones, his teammate, in P7 as well. Both got penalties though.
Yeah, so we got Aki on a 5-second penalty, same with Callum on a 5-second, and Jim Bob on a 6-second penalty further down. So it's not looking like a good afternoon for Jim Bob so far. Let's see what he can recover. This safety car definitely helps him because it allows him to get that pit stop, get that wing changed and catch up to the pack almost free of charge, really.
Most definitely. Someone's just coming into pit now. Who's that? Callum Jones is coming into pit. Him and Aki have both got 5 seconds, so I don't know if they've had a collision under safety car, and maybe that's why he's pitting for a front wing, maybe.
It makes sense, to be fair. Get rid of that penalty. You can easily go to the end on mediums, or if you're not so sure, hards. You just get that penalty out of the way, and like you say, you'd be able to catch the safety car nice and easily. So.
Yeah, he's gone onto the hards.
Yeah.
He didn't do a wing change, so.
Yeah, he did serve his penalty though. So that's. That drops him down to dead last. But he shouldn't have to stop again this afternoon, or this evening, should I say. So how many laps are we going to get of the safety car, do you reckon?
To be honest, everyone's caught up, so it should be in this lap. I'm just going to stay on board with Jim Bob, I think, on the restart, and just see this back of the grid, make sure there's no thing around here.
Do you reckon the safety car's keeping it flat round the old turn 1?
I don't know, probably not.
It's going a lot slower, but he hasn't got the downforce.
David Benson's cut in the grass.
Nothing like a shortcut. Good shortcut. I think you still get warnings, don't you, for cutting under safety car?
Yes, you do. Safety car is in this lap though.
Ideal.
It's going to bunch everyone back up now.
I think we'll stay on board with Frog Label, sitting pretty in third on his mediums. Give us a nice view of the start. Let's hope it's a nice clean restart. much more about getting that last little bit of temperature in your tyres now before you go, but don't be caught out trying to warm your tyres while the leader goes for it. He's going to leave it to the last chicane.
Jim Bob just near rear-ended everyone. He's alright, he's back.
And we are off, we are back racing. Looks like Grunfeld has a good restart. He's jumped a nice gap to Don Walsh, who's in turn jumped a nice gap to Frog Labour. That's a nice clean restart.
Dave Benson's gone wide.
That's difficult to get the hards up to temperature, I suppose, as well. This is where the soft compound runners will have a bit of an advantage. They'll be able to get their tyres up to temperature a lot quicker than anyone on the mediums or hards. But
going in for the undertake on David Benson. Oh, bit of a touch, but it's alright. David Benson is staying there, keeping his position. Oh!
Nearly lost the rear end there as we jump on board with Jim Bob.
He just tapped him there, I think. I don't think he had any wing damage though.
And he,
oh!
And he's gone. No, he's going to ghost now, thank you. I thought he might collect somebody there before he started ghosting, but he is around.
It is not a good race for Jim Bob today.
Oh, we also have Not Spoiler off at the very next corner. I'm not sure what's happened to him. It looks like he's had another spin. We've had a couple of position changes mid-pack. And we got on board with the Ferrari who goes down the inside of Benjamin into the last chicane. That's a lovely move there.
Tom Walsh goes purple fastest lap. As he's on the charge of Grunfeld.
Jumping on board with Don Walsh. He's hanging on nicely to Grunfeld there. Hanging on very nicely. We've got Frog Labour in third. He's just dropped back a little bit, but he's still there. He's still in touching distance. But in turn, these guys are leaving Eddie Dust for Dust at the moment. Nice, nearly 2-second gap, not far off.
I'm going to jump on board with Aki for a little bit. He's catching him pretty sharpish as well, so. He has got his 5-second penalty to do when he comes in though, but Preston Mixer is on the grass, which gives Aki enough time to just get behind him. I don't think he's going to make the move. There isn't a move really there yet.
He's not.
He has to look.
Battery left in him, but he might get him into the last chicane. It's going to be side by side, but Presser Mixer gets later on the brakes, and he keeps hold of the position for now.
Grunfeld has fought back with his fastest lap of 1:28. DRS is now enabled as well. Suzaki just stays behind him for these few corners.
Label spun. He's in the gravel.
Ooh, very unlucky.
Catch what happened there. But he has dropped right down, and he's now in 11th place. So he was looking pretty on those medium compound tyres, but he's thrown away a big chunk of time there.
Jim Bob's making it back up now. He's in P18.
As we jump on board with Aki, who's still all over the back of Presser Mixer in the McLaren. Let's see if he can keep tight to him through the next sector and see whether he can get another run at him down the back straight. Looks like he's going to be a little far off.
Come on, Aki, wind it up. Slacking lot, letting him leave him.
We just had Callum Jones go past the Broken Shark, coming into Maggots and Beckett's.
Frog's going to have to pit because he's got wing damage.
It's a tussle down the back straight. We're going to be 3 wide by the looks of it. This might be for the lower positions, but they're fighting for it just as hard. We've got a broken shark goes into the pits. And Fog
David
Label
Benson
goes
with
into the
3
pits
seconds.
as well.
Yeah, he's got wing damage. Probably from his spin that he had.
No doubt. I'm wondering whether he had contact with anyone, because he seemed to be a long way
I don't
off
know.
of a barrier in that gravel when I jumped on board with him. Oh, we got Jim Bob making a very forceful move at the inside there with Callum Jones, but he makes it stick. And he's going side by side with Gary down the Wellington Straight, and he's got the position. That's 2 positions in 1 corner.
Aki's a bit closer to pressing mixer this time. DRS open now. Got some ERS to use as well. Goes for the inside. Pressing mixer is fighting back though. Oh, Aki just takes him off nearly.
Looks like Presser Mixer jumps in the pits as we jump
I
away
would
from
as
that
well
side.
when I'm around Aki. Jeez Louise. It's probably the safest place for him in the pits away from Mark.
Nothing. I've got that position. I'm going to keep hold of it. Nothing like a bit of aggressive defending.
They'll have a lock up there as well.
So we're on board with Esports Addy as he's right on the back of Bumper Car Ben.
Broken Shark with a 3-second penalty.
Let's have a quick check in with the penalty situation while we've got a moment. So we've still got Don Walsh on 3 seconds. We've got Aki down in 4th on 5. Jim Bob's still got his 6. And then we're going right to the back of the pack with a Broken Shark and David Benson on 6 and 3 apiece.
Oh, big corner cut there by Dom. Got DRS though, this could take him. He's going to take the lead, I think, on this. Yes, he is. Gronfeld protects the inside line, but Dom has already made the move happen.
As Gronfeld runs wide, trying to hang on to the position and gets a 3-second time penalty. So they're 3 seconds apiece. Makes it a bit more even. I'm sure Gronfeld will be kicking himself for that.
Pit window is open for Dom. Gronfeld is still fighting back. He's got the next DRS zone as well, so
Let's stay on board with Gronfeld for a little bit and see whether he can mount a defence or an attack back on Dom for the lead. Looks like he's way too far back on this occasion.
oh, and he's in the gravel.
That's not what he wants. And he runs wide as well around the old turn 1. I think a little bit of frustration perhaps creeping in there. As
Big
David
corner
Benson
car
gets
again.
another penalty, and Frog Label gets a fastest lap of the race. He's down in 18th place, and he's on the hard compound tyres, so it's a very good lap.
There's only 1 lap old as well. I wonder why he's pitted for the hards.
Well, he started on the mediums, didn't he? So
Ah, he has to change. Yeah, he has to
he's
go to
not
a different tyre.
Not going to make the softs last till the end of the race, and if he goes back on the mediums, he's going to have to commit. Well, he's committed himself to a second pit stop. So
Oh, yeah, definitely. Eddie Duster's come into pit. Aki's in P3. Pressing Mixer is charging up the grid now. He's got a AI to deal with though.
we're not boring you there, are we, Jason?
Tommy Gunner is also I get to this time of night and I don't know.
I don't know. As Presser
Just had
Mixer
enough,
manages to get up another place.
Friday, innit?
Hopefully that overtake excited you enough to keep you awake and with us. And Noxballer catches up and is looking ready for the overtake as well.
Dom's ended up staying out on his softs, but he has gained. It's over a second now, so he's got Gromfeld out of the DRS zone. He's coming into not pit. He's decided to stay out.
It seems like their pace is very similar between them two. It's a very nice battle that they're having. So I think if he's out of DRS range, that could pay dividends.
Aki's coming into pit now as well. I'll probably bring him back out about 10th.
And we've got a few people in the pits. We've got Aki and Bumper Car Ben both making their stops. And we'll jump on board with DW in the Ferrari, who's right behind Edward in the Red Bull. So the Ferrari on soft compound tyres, whereas Edward's on the mediums. So he's got the pace advantage and he sends it up the inside. That's a brilliant move, but he's overshot it. And Edward gets the switch back on him. There's some nice racing there. I must admit, I was surprised seeing him send it up the inside. He looked like he was a bit too far back, but he went for it. Always worth a go.
Definitely. Dom has come into pit. Gromfeld has come with him as well. Don't know what happened then. A bit of wing damage, it looked like.
Yeah, Gromfeld's got a drive-through penalty for a collision with Dom Welsh.
Yeah, must have. Don't know what happened then.
Has he run into the back of him, coming into the pits, perhaps?
Yeah, there was wings going flying, so he must have done, because wing went flying.
That's going to lose Gromfeld even more time, as he's having to do a wing change now.
And he's got a drive-through, so that's took him well out of the race now.
You have to take your drive-through within so many laps, or can you take it any time?
No, you've only got... You've got to take it within like 3.
Yeah, I know in... Obviously in the real F1, you've got to take it within so many laps, I wasn't sure. I've been a good boy, I've never got a drive-through, see, Jason. I thought I'd ask you, because I thought you might have a bit more knowledge on this.
Yep, I've had a few of them, mate, and yes, I usually get them for speeding through virtual safety car.
And we got David Benson, he's out the race
DNF
as well. He's gone out on the very fast Maggots and Beckett's complex. Didn't catch what happened there.
Jim Bob's up into 5th now.
Question is, how much pace has he got on those hard compound tyres?
Yeah, well, Dom's managed to pit in before him, and well, he's pitted and come out in front of him, so... Like I say, the top 3 have got a pit, so that'll put Dom back into P1. He's really not far from him either.
Yeah.
Eddie Dust is off for the overtake on Neil.
Yeah, just on board with them now. But
Ooh, Neil well
last
over
in the late breakers,
corner.
but it's a bit too much. I think Eddie Dust is going to make... Oh, there's a bit of contact there, and he nearly goes in the wall. That was a little bit...
A little bit twitchy.
Touchy. Yeah. Yeah, it was very close. Oh, and Eddie Dust has gone round. He's lost it. Bit too much power coming out of a slow speed corner. So easy to do.
That gives Aki P8.
As we got our effective race leader Don Walsh catching up with Benjamin. I'm sure he's hoping to make quick work of him and maintain that lead to Jim Bob. I'm sure he doesn't want to lose too much time to him here. He's got DRS down the straight.
Ooh. What happened then?
I think Benjamin might have braked or lifted off to let him pass. That was very close, very close.
Very quick reactions there from Dom.
As we got Presser Mixer and Callum Jones going side by side down the back straight. And Presser Mixer's on the grass a little bit, but he's trying to hang it around the outside. There's not enough. He is on the medium compound tyres, so he's just got more grip than Callum at this point. Just
Gromfeld has come into the pits now to do his drive-through.
Let's see where that ends up dropping him down to. There's going to be a difficult recovery drive to do now for him. I think he's going to ideally need a safety car, isn't he? Bunch the field back up.
Yeah, that's the only way he's going to be able to do it, but Don Walsh is battling here with Edward. He has backed off a little bit, playing it safe. He's got DRS zone coming up. Edward has messed Maggots and Backets up anyway, so he has got DRS fully open now. He goes around the outside again, easily makes it stick.
Yeah, it's 2 Red Bulls overtaken in 2 laps by Don Walsh. As
now he is on the charge for esports.
Edward jumps into the pit. How much of the gap has he got for esports? He's got 4.5 seconds. But we know esports is going to have to pit at some point. I think pretty much the rest of the field is fairly well spread out at this point. We've only got...
it's about Frog Label, isn't there?
Well, we've got Presser Mixer and Callum Jones still fighting tooth and nail. So we're going to jump on board with these guys again for a little bit.
The Presser Mixer is on the medium, so he should have the faster of compounds.
And he's also 5 laps fresher tyres as well. He's close. He's had a couple of attempts at this. He's been close, but he just can't quite make the move done. Callum Jones is defending very well. He's getting some nice speed down the straights. He's all over the back of him, but this is a very difficult turn to take behind somebody. The dirty air. It's good. You want to take it flat, but you just can't take it flat behind somebody.
No.
But we're looking and seeing Callum Jones's light is flashing for his battery, so I think he's a little bit low here. Let's see whether he's got enough to defend down the straight, because Presser Mixer's got a very good run here, DRS open, and he goes past him. Has he got the ascendancy into the corner? He certainly does. He holds the tighter line, and he's got the position. That's a nice move.
Callum in letting him, like I say, Callum will now have DRS. Should be able to hopefully charge that the ERS up. He has got 16% ERS, but Presser Mixer is just pulling away.
Yeah, that tyre advantage is really coming into its own through these corners. He's already 1.2 seconds out. I don't think he's going to get DRS down this straight. He's already pulled a nice gap on him. And good job by Presser Mixer.
He's only 5 tenths behind esports now.
Yeah, as we jump on board with Don Walsh, he's coming down the straight. He's got DRS, and he's catching him, and he goes up the inside, and he's got the position. First place is his again. I'm sure that'll make him very happy as esports Addy jumps into the pit lane.
Yeah, he'll be pitting for the softs at this time in the race.
And we got Aki all over the back of Neil as well now. For 4th and 5th position. And I'll tell you what, a couple of laps ago we had a big field spread, but if you look at the track map, there's a nice long train of cars coming down that back straight and into Stowe.
There is now. Like I say, some of them are coming into pit, a few of them are coming into pit. But it is all here. Gronfeld is catching him up, he's 13th. Got Benjamin in front of him.
Yeah, so we go on board with Gronfeld here. He's on a mission to gain back some time that he lost. He goes at the inside. He's a little bit of contact, but he's gone round. It was well held by Ben to keep it round the outside, and unfortunately a little mistake from Gronfeld and he's round. So we've got Frog Label going past Edward down the straight. He's turning out into a nice little battle.
I'm going to come back up here to Aki though, because he's very, very close to Neil now. Neil's making a few mistakes. He's going to have DRS, got ERS as well deployed. DRS is now open. Neil ain't got much ERS available. Aki goes to the inside line, makes it stick. Oh, but Neil is fighting back.
This is a great battle. Brilliant.
He's still got the inside line. He's still got the inside line.
Oh, there's contact. Oh, that's a shame.
Aki just don't give him enough room there.
No, he didn't quite, did he?
It was, nah, there was next to each other there, and like I say, it's just one of them things that happens, but Mark should have maybe given him a little bit more room there, but
agreed.
Never mind.
There was some very, very nice close racing there, and I was just about to comment how well they were racing without any contact, and that happened. So commentators curse strikes
then
again.
Lets it down.
Yeah, absolutely, all the way. I do agree with you. I don't think it was terrible by Mark, absolutely, but he could have just, or should have just given him that little bit more space. But it's racing at the end of the day.
It's hard to do, give space round there as well.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's a very
not
difficult
been funny.
corner.
If I was in Neil's position, I knew that would have come, so I would have personally backed out of it.
This is it, absolutely. It takes two people to have an accident at the end of the day. You've both got to put your cars in a position to have an accident. You can portion blame to one or the other, but like you say, you know, both or either of them could have backed out a little bit more, given a little bit more space. As we go on board with Benjamin, who's all over the back of Edward, and he's managed to get him before the start-finish straight here. He's got DRS still. Let's see if Edward, he's not tucking into his slipstream. I don't think he's gonna get the position back. Well, we got an inter-team battle of Red Bulls here.
Pressing Mixer is also battling with Bumper Car Ben.
As we jump on board now with Presser Mixer. This is a stage of the race where we've started to see quite a few penalties come into play as well. I don't think we're going to have
It's looking quite good for Mark though, because he's P3 at the moment, but the two guys behind him that are chasing him, they've both got 3-second penalties, so
yeah,
at this stage in the race, 6 laps left, he's not really gaining or losing time on them, so...
No, he's got a chance to sort of gain on Jim Bob, because he's on much fresher mediums, whereas Jim Bob's on the hards, but let's see whether he can manage that or not over the next 6 laps.
So Eddie Dust is on the charge though, so if Eddie Dust can pass him, that'll put him into P3, but once he has passed Mark, he's still got to gain that extra 3 seconds to get the third. If not, by default it'll go back to Mark anyway, so if he does pass him, or if I was Mark, I'd just defend the hell out of that position and see how it goes. But then Esports is also on the charge.
Yeah, he's just had a little look at the inside of Neil, but couldn't quite make the move stick. As he looks at the inside going into the last chicane, and he goes in, a little bit of contact, he just about got away with that. That
Neil
was
did
very
what?
similar to Neil and Mark.
Neil did what
earlier.
Mark did to him, yeah.
Yeah. Neil's gone, well, if nobody else leaves me space, I'm not going to leave anyone else space. But
Yeah, definitely so.
fortunately, this time it didn't result in the car on the inside spinning. Just managed to keep it clean.
Faki times this well. He should have DRS on these two back markers in front of him.
That should help him gain a little bit of time. His gap's pretty much staying the same. It was 13.7. It was about 14 a lap or so ago. He's catching, but it's only
Gonna
slight
have
at the moment.
DRS.
We jump on board with DW, who's coming up behind bumper car Ben down the back straight. He's got DRS. He's going to the left side, and I think he's got the move done. Yeah, nice and easy on the brakes. And that is 9th position for him. We've also got Grunfeld, who's all over the back of Edward in the Red Bull.
Esports has got his first 3-second penalty now.
It gets to a certain point where everyone gets so many penalties that it's almost irrelevant, the penalties at the end of the day, because everyone's got the same. But, you see, he's got DRS on Edward here, Grunfeld, but it's not going to be enough. He's having a little look at the inside, but it would have been an ambitious move to try and make that work.
Only a few laps left for the people that is watching. If you could please go ahead and comment below with your driver of the day, would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Who's your driver of the day so far then, Jason?
To be honest, I'm probably going to have to give it. I'm a bit torn, either Jim Bob or Aki. Aki, like I say, Aki's stayed there, he's not got any penalties, he's doing good. Then Jim Bob has made a massive comeback to get him to where he is now.
Yeah, I think I'm torn between the top three, I must be honest. I mean, Don Walsh has had a really nice race. He was happy sat there in P2 in the early stages. He managed to get first place on track, and he's just had a very solid race. Like you say, Jim Bob then in second. He's had a great comeback after a pretty abysmal first lap. I'm sure he'll agree with me. And yeah, Aki's done very well, and it's always great to see a driver who's kept it clean without getting penalties. Something me and you don't manage so well.
No, I don't think. I always just slide over the curb and get a penalty that way.
Yeah.
I don't even cut a corner.
It's so easy to do. You think, oh, I've got a little bit of a buffer. I can afford to let one or two go past. And then before you know it, you got yourself a penalty. As we watched Edward make a move on bumper car Ben coming out of the hairpin, he just got much better drive on him. And we've also got Fog Label right up the back of Neil. He's going up the inside into Stowe. I think he's going to make this move stick. He does. That was very good racing from the both of them. Just left each other enough space. And having said that, we've got Esports Addy, who very forcefully bumps his way at the inside of Neil as well.
You can say Neil's had a quite a decent race, Neil, to be fair.
He's always been in a battle. Every time we jump on board with him, he's always battling somebody very hard. We got Grunfeld as well. He's did go up a position and down. Him and Benjamin look like they're having a nice little ding dong here. But at the end of the day, it is Grunfeld who has the ascendancy right now.
We have got a yellow. Notsballer is out on the start-finish line. Bit of a crazy place to come off.
Yeah, yeah, just having a look where he's parked. It's a bit of an odd one. I'm not sure what's happened there. It's way too far away from the last corner to have lost the back end and gone into the wall or anything. So I'm wondering whether there's been contact or he's just given up.
I'm not sure. Oh, Aki's nearly lost it. Pushing too hard, trying to keep in front of Eddie, but that has gave Eddie the massive boost now. Like I say, it is lap 25, so he's not got long to go.
No, Eddie does have a 3-second penalty, so even if he gets past Aki, he's going to have to get 3 seconds up the road, and that's going to be very difficult at this point in time. So I think it would be wise of Aki if Eddie just decides to send one, just let him go.
Just let him go, stay behind him.
Yeah.
What he doesn't need to do is push too hard now and get a penalty himself.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, but we've got No, we haven't knocked Jim Bob. It's his teammates, Broken Shark. I was going to say, bloody hell, I just saw the yellow dot then, and it was whereabouts Jim Bob was as well, so...
Yeah,
that is his teammate. That is on the first bend, so... I'd probably say he's lost it around Abbey, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he's hit the curve somewhere.
Certainly seem like it. As we jump on board with Dom for the time being, who sets a purple first sector as well on the last lap. As I say, that fog label's now set a fastest lap of 1:28.3. They've all been saving fuel and battery here, haven't they? And going for it on the last lap by the looks of it. As we've Grunfeld has made up another place past Neil, who's now down in 9th. He runs a little bit wide as well, and Presser Mixer's all over the back of him, gives him a little nudge as well. And you've got Edward wanting to join the, or Benjamin, sorry, apologies, wanting to join the fight, and he's managed to get Presser Mixer going up the start-finish straight. It's a nice little tussle for 9th place here. It's only a couple of points, but it matters as Benjamin goes over the grass up the inside of Neil. Can he make it stick? Not quite. Neil hangs on to the position for now, but it's going to be a difficult last lap as Dom Walsh sets the fastest lap of the race of 1:27.8 as he crosses the finish line in first place. Jim Bob crosses the line for second as we've got Presser Mixer's gone round after contact with Neil. That's a shame.
Just wanted that last stage, but third goes to Mark, closely followed by Eddie Dust in fourth. Frog Label now brings it around the final corner in P5.
And Frog Label steals the fastest lap on the last lap.
It's going to come round in P6. DW brings it round in P7. And we got P8.
Edward manages to get Neil for 10th place off right in the last corner then. Made a nice little dive at the inside. So unfortunately,
everyone's gone up because Grunfeld's penalties has stuck him down to P11 now.
Absolutely.
So that is it. Race is over here for the British Grand Prix.
What a brilliant win by Dom. Emphatic right from the get-go. It was quite happy leading from the front once he got that lead. He got Jim Bob with a fantastic comeback after his bad first lap. And yeah, like you said, a very nice, clean, consistent race from Aki to get the last spot on the podium. Driver of the day is Benjamin.
Viewers driver of the day. For me, I say Aki. It's the only one that didn't have a penalty, kept it clean, kept it up there.
Yeah.
So for no penalties, I give it to Aki just for that.
I think I wouldn't disagree with any of the top three there. I think they've all had a great race, but I think for me, I would go with Jim Bob. I think that was a great comeback from the back after the first lap.
And no one's commented down below their driver of the day. So we have a joint driver of the day. Then we have Aki and Jim Bob as driver of the days.
There we go. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. It was a great race. It was a nice, clean first lap, but we had quite a few incidents and collisions following during the race, and lots of drama and lots of changes of positions. So, great race for Dom. Well done to him, and we'll see you next time.